G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for part number 7 of my Aether Spellbinder 3, 4, 5 ways character. This episode we're going to start on the Coven's quests, and maybe get into the Barrowholm stuff as well. Oh well, probably. We'll see how we go for time. I've decided I'm going to stay with the laser for a few levels. I think 45 is maybe a little low, so I looked at what sort of skill points I'd have available if I took everything out of, well, the beam. I dropped Devastation, came over here to Necromancer, dropped Ill Omen. There's actually not as many, let's call them spare points as I thought there was. So I'm going to get another, I don't know, 10 levels, something like that, before I make the swap to Panetti's, which will probably be kind of at the end of Ashes of Malmoth. So for now, let's just progress the story. I've got some conversation pie to eat here. I probably should have done this in between the episodes, but that's fine. Hit level 45, which I think we go one in there. And can we get any more energy regen from somewhere? Probably could from just putting points in the bar, but I think we could also get some Iskandras. That seems like a waste, though. Alright, let's max out Albric's Aether Ray here, and we may as well get some more in Disintegration as well. Now, most of that is not being converted, but some of it is. Okay, the other thing you want to do the first time you get to the Coven is come over here and pop this little chest. Kind of hard to see, but there's a chest there. So go ahead and pop that. Then you want to come over here, and if you rescued the witch back in the Bloodgrove, Relia will be here, and she will quite happily give you a bunch of reputation and some XP. So that's pretty nice, free stuff. And then there's two more chests up here. The first one is a hidden spoils. So a couple of pieces of gear that are probably going to be useless to you, but you know, maybe you'll get something good. That's not horrible. I'm not going to use it because there's no +1 skills, but it's not horrible. And there's also this lore note here. So 2 lore notes and a hidden spoils up for grabs just for exploring a little bit. Right, so we have the quest here. Find Barrowholm. I'm going to keep this one, as I said, because I may want to farm some more shoulders at a later point. Converting Elemental to Aether is going to be really useful. The metal that I'm going to farm, Slathsar's Crest, will convert 100% of Elemental to Aether for the Panetti's line. So all that Elemental damage, that's going to be Aether. All that Aether damage, that's obviously still going to be Aether. This Electrocute damage, so Aether does not have a damage over time version, so that Electrocute damage cannot be converted. That will remain Electrocute damage, so I'll probably put 1 point in that and call it done. And then Proliferation here, the elemental damage there also will be converted. But if we look at things like Devastation, that fire damage can be converted. If we come over here to Ill Omen, that cold damage can be converted. So there's a few little things that it's going to be quite useful for. That's on the shoulders for this. I've also got Calderis' quest, which I'm going to ignore, and rescue the Traveling Witches. So let's head on out into the bog here. Did I spend those points? I did. Good. And I think I'm going to hang on to some attributes for a little while, just until I've made the transition, we'll call it, over to Panetti's. Just in case I maybe need some cunning for equipment or something like that. Also, this little shape here on the map kind of looks like a footprint. Big toe here, little toe here, there's your heel. There is a rotting stump by the big toe. Make sure you get that. We're going to need Ugnum Blooms, and a lot of them when we get to level 100, so just start collecting them now. Every time you see one of those, go ahead and click on it. Alright, so the dwelling entrance here, we can go in here, and in fact I'm going to. This is Janaxia's den. Janaxia we haven't really heard of at this point, but the Coven is going to want her dead. So let's just go ahead and do it now. One of the things I really love about Arcanist is the damage. Oh boy, the damage is crazy. unfortunately nothing in here really worth picking up, I guess. Genaxia has weapons that has an MI weapon that maybe can spawn with something interesting, but it's mostly a cold weapon from memory. Maybe she has other weapons as well. Okay, what do we got here? Hidden spoils. This one's much easier to see if you spin the camera around, but I hate doing that, so no. And we have got a Forsaken Totem here as well, so let's pop that. Let's get Ill Omen going, we'll get Haunt on the go. We'll drop a Meteor Storm that's kind of irrelevant at this point. I think everybody's pretty much dead. And otherwise we are done. Glyph of the Winter Fox is, I guess, decent enough for a movement skill, but I will almost certainly never make one of those. Alright, here's the boss door. Let's go say hi to Genaxia. So, Ill Omen, Haunt, Devastation, turn the beam on. That's kind of it. And now we just wait till she dies. Maybe get out of the goop. It's not a horrible idea. Although she did just put it back underneath me straight away. Alright, so Flame Strife, she does have a fire weapon as well as cold. There's maybe a lightning one there somewhere as well, but I'm not going to use any of those. So we will just loot the place and be on our way. Not bad resistances on that. It's just shame it's a pet item. Also, when you see things like this on the map, there's all sticky outy bits, there's probably something there. Not always, and maybe it's only on Ultimate, and here I don't think there is anywhere. But it's kind of worth checking. Although having said that, if you just go to grimtools.com, open up their map, you would know that there's absolutely never anything there. Same with this one. It's the only downside to having a set map, is once you know where all the little hidden areas are, there aren't any new ones to find. They're always in the same spot. Don't need to go south here, I need to go north. Let's just get rid of some of this. Because I've decided I'm not going to make the Panetti swap just yet, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to not go into the Ancient Grove yet. I do want to be at least level 55 when I go in there, so as I can buy the Prismatic Diamond blueprint. And there's probably something else I'm forgetting as well, but definitely want to be 55 for the Prismatic Diamond, if nothing else. So I'll probably go in around that point, and then, ooh, Explorers. And then I'll do the swap when I get the medal, which, it's going to cost me a skeleton key to get in there, so I should make the most of it. I'm not exactly swimming in skeleton keys at this point in the game. I do indeed dare come here. So we can see she's getting healed, and it's probably this guy or one of these, but it's almost always the yellow-named cult members, so these Ugdenbog cannibals, usually like blood singers or something like that. Incredibly frustrating. Beating the boss down to almost dead, and then, oh, by the way, is healed to full again. I had that happen a couple of times with Kubicabra. It was incredibly frustrating. Alright, Rotting Stump. Nice little trap there. I'd say nice. It's not nice. Would much rather get Ugden Blooms. Alright, let's see if... Yeah, we do crazy amounts of damage for now. Not exactly the tankiest, and that's another thing I'm a little bit concerned about. When I do the swap to Panetti's, most of the lifesteal goes away. Which, yeah, I'm not crazy about that idea. But, it may just have to happen. I'll probably have some lifesteal from some other source, but I'll need to figure that out before I make the swap. So it might end up being Devotions. It may end up with the Ghoul, the Tortoise, and maybe the Chariot or something like that. Although I haven't actually checked the Devotion map, I may not be taking the Chariot at all. But I'll need to have some sort of solution for that. The Beam at the moment is more than enough lifesteal to stand in things that I probably shouldn't. So definitely need to keep that in mind once I do make the swap here. Okay, Riftgate's here, which means we've got some more stuff to do. So just around the corner here, we're going to find Laria's little house den thing, whatever. We're not going in there just yet, because we don't have the quest to kill Laria. And so it's kind of no point. But we will be back for her. And I pretty much always just kill her. It's nothing personal, but Coven reputation is really easy to get, and Barrowholm reputation is not. So I prioritize the Barrowholm reputation over the Coven stuff. But there's no reason you have to kill her. She's going to end up dead either way. So this is her house, you can see here. Laria's den. We skip that for now. And we're going to head down here. We are looking for a door, a cave entrance that is not marked on the map. And it's also not here. But this is kind of the first place you should check for it. So always come down here, check for the undergrowth, I think the place is called. And then from here, you more or less just hug the wall. Hug this right wall as you go north. And you will find it eventually. Also note that I do have a Wendigo spirit, which means we can complete the Ugdal quest. You can release him, you can kill him. For this build, his MI is irrelevant, we don't need it. So, depending on whether you want an ethereal missive, I think it is, or a bunch of XP or whatever, choose as you will. I'll probably kill him. Nothing personal. Although actually that probably is pretty personal, I won't lie. Here's my little cave entrance. So this cave entrance, this is the worst area in the game. I know I say that about like 5 different areas, but I hate this place. Let's go in. So the undergrowth here, we're here for Silvaria, which I'm as shocked as you are that I remembered the name. But hey, it's a win, I'll take it. We're here for Silvaria, and she has, well, she's made out of quest updates, I guess we'll say. Her loot is the Vine Rings, which I don't particularly care about for this character. I think there's one that has some skill bonuses that are relevant, like Skandra's Elemental Exchange. We're not using any particular MI rings, so if I happen to find one that has a couple skill points and some resistances I need, I'll probably use it, but otherwise, kind of don't care. There is also always an Exalted Stash right here. Every single time it will be right here. There's only one spot it spawns, and it's... I'm gonna say it again, it's right there. So make sure you hit that on the way past. You don't even have to go out of your way for that one. It's basically a free blue item. Almost never useful, but hey, free blue item. These things here, actually, these are the reason why I hate this place. So let me just see if it'll work. Yeah, of course it's going to work perfectly. A lot of the times, this gap won't be enough to walk through here. And so you'll walk down here and your character will just walk in place trying to walk through a gap that's too small. So that's the main reason why I hate this place. These little wacky, flaily, tentacle arm plant thingies. I'm sure I'll find another one to get stuck on here in a minute. Okay, a little bit of loot hidden in the walls. Everybody loves loot, especially when it has Arcane Blaze on it. Now, Perdition is quite nice, but the resistances on that are kind of garbage. Do I need the elemental on the gloves? I don't, so I could swap this in. I would lose a decent amount of health, a decent amount of armor from this, because I would lose the 2-set bonus, which is 10% armor. But getting another Aether Missile proc is also kind of fun. I think I'll leave it for now. Okay, this is the boss door. You can see, almost see, Silvaria's up there. She's got a few friends with her. Basically, you just want to get in her face, so as you don't end up standing in the poison goop all through the room. And we can just kill her, honestly. You can swap and kill off her friends if you want. It really doesn't matter. We'll kill her eventually. Okay, Impervious of the Gildum Arcanum. Pierce resistance. This has got better resistances than that Arcane Blaze Ring. It's got +3 to Iskandra's for some energy regeneration. It's got energy regeneration on it. Bunch of energy. Yeah, I'm swapping that one in. I'm going to lose the proc, but that's fine. The proc is not... It's not a major part of my damage, shall we say. Generally, when I'm playing any class that doesn't specifically need a blue or purple ring, I usually use my rings to fix resistances. So let's chuck that on that one. And then I need a... Do I melt the ring for the soul shard, or do I have one sitting around somewhere? I probably have to melt the ring. Yeah, it looks like it. That's fine. I'm not planning on using this again anyway, although could be fun later. Who knows? Alright, any other blueprints to eat? Doesn't look like it. While we're in town, we may as well vendor a bunch of this stuff. Starting with everything on this page. Actually, let's just keep an eye out for boots. So, my boots at the moment are basically an Aether Missile proc and not a whole lot else. And I wouldn't mind getting my hands on something better. If this had spawned with 5% physical, which I think it can, I would probably wear those. It didn't, so I'm not going to, but maybe. Mage Storm of the Wolf is not bad. Mage Storm being lightning and Aether, and of the Wolf is the physic and cunning. I'm mostly looking for resistances though, so... Let's see what happens to my armor rating here. It's actually not horrible. I lose about 10% armor. But I do gain an Aether Missile proc. But it's a level 35 affix. I think we leave that. Check the boots. No resistances I really care about. How about you? Lightning stuff. This one's not horrible. So the Kaiman's Badge of Mending, I'm basically there for the Chaos Resistance. Although, looks like I could probably get away with this one instead. Aether Res, heaps over cap. This, I think, is an upgrade I'm going to make. Because I don't care about any of the MI stuff on either of these. So we'll swap that over. It does uncap Aether, but once we put the Aether Soul back on, that'll be capped. Chaos is still capped. And we've got a decent poison over cap now, so that's pretty good. What was that, actually? Ordered of the Void. No, I think I want the stats from the other one. Having said that, we're going to swap them both out. Not too far from now, anyway. What was that ring? No. Alright, let's just get rid of... Nope, nope. Nope, we will get more better gear at a later point. Alright, we melt this one. And I can't remember if I have a movement rune in the bank, so we're going to just go and buy another one. Now, you could say this is lazy, you should go and check, and yeah, you know what, you're absolutely correct, but here we are, I'm doing it anyway. So, rush on there. And now we can go back to the Uchtdembog. Now, unfortunately, Silvaria here was not located at the first place that she could have been, and so it's actually going to be considerably faster for me to run out rather than rifting to the Uchtdembog Rift and running back. As much as I prefer to do that, it's not always the best choice. Yeah, this guy right here, see? I'm trying to run through this gap, and there's no gap there, but my character's too dumb to realize. And so it'll just run in place until I realize and manually go around. And I'm a bit slow. Alright, we're done. Let's head out. So, Ugdal should be next. Like I said, if yours isn't here, just continue following this wall. I think there's 2 or 3 spots along this edge where it can spawn. Maybe here. I can't remember exactly. I just follow the wall and I'll find it. And then there's one place just south of the Barrowholm entry where it can spawn as well. So if you just follow the wall, If you get to Barrowholm, head directly south, and you'll find it there if you haven't already. Alright, this one here, this is, does it tell me? Ancient Ruins entrance. This is Ugdal's house. There's two things in here we care about. The first one is that devotion shrine that you can almost see on the edge of the screen there. So we do care about that for sure. So let's grab that one. Wreath of Souls, +1 to Necro skills. What do I have in my helmet? Yeah, no. No, I'm gonna keep the Ascended Cask. Devotion points, we are going to continue the Tortoise here. Getting that Turtle Shell proc is fairly important in my opinion. Also going to make sure this guy stays in the Devastation so he can die a little bit quicker. And like I said, it's up to you if you want to just beat Ugdal with a conversation, or if you want to have a fight with him. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. If you're friendly with him, you'll get Coven reputation. If you kill him, you won't. I think there's a minus, but don't quote me on that. I'm just gonna give him the Wendigo Spirit and rest in peace. So from that, you get one Ethereal Missive and some reputation and whatnot. So it's not horrible. Like I said, we don't need his MI, so there's no real advantage one way or the other. It's probably better to release him rather than kill him, but I mean, it's such a minor thing. Alright, let's get out of here, and next stop should be Barrowholm. You kind of deserve that. Alright. We do actually still have to rescue the witches, which I've just remembered because I saw that totem. And I remembered that the totem is just north of the witches. So let's round up some idiots to kill. And speaking of idiots, we'll send those guns back to town. So Devastation's pretty strong. I've taken it on a few level 100 characters. I've never really played with it while leveling. I'm surprised by how much damage it does, actually. The other thing I'm going to show you over here is the... don't forget the rotting stumps. Is the last potential spawn location for the undergrowth. And if you hug this bottom wall, basically, head on over here. This is it. It's right here. So it's kind of hard to tell where this is at the moment. Do I have one of those already? I don't. Alright, awesome. Quest complete-ish. How I always remember that spot is this little square block here. You can see on the map, it's basically a brick. If you head directly south, it's on this tree. So that's how I remember that last one. The other way you can do it is you can start from the Barrowholm Rift, which is just here. Start from the Barrowholm Rift and just hug this left wall, and you'll find one of the locations that way. Alright, speaking of Barrowholm, we have made it. Now, I don't think there's any advantage to going hostile with Barrowholm, and there are a lot of advantages to not going hostile with Barrowholm. So I'm going to play their game. I'll go and clear the mines out for them. And we will be friendly with Barrowholm. I really wish I hadn't sold those gloves now. I would absolutely swap this one for the Perdition chest, and then those other gloves for the Arcane Blaze ones, or for the Perdition gloves. Oh well. Such is life. Such is Grim Dawn. Alright, let's be friendly with Barrowholm. And we'll go do their busy work for them. I'm pretty sure these cannibals are the scariest thing in this area. Certainly, they are not really having trouble with random animals and stuff coming into their town, so they almost certainly don't need us for this job. Oh, level 46 as well. I'm kind of thinking Disintegration. I'm also thinking Maven Sphere. 20% damage absorption is probably quote-unquote enough. Yeah, I think we'll get some more spectral binding on the go. So we head north out of the town. I'm going to hang on to the skill points, or the attribute points rather. And let's fix their wards. Busy work accomplished. Everybody's dead without having to turn the beam on, which is really nice. One of the things I love about Necromancer while you're leveling is the... yeah, that's garbage. Is Spectral Wrath. Just does so much damage. Just from existing near things. They hit you, this strikes back, any kind of procs you have on your gear will go off. It's just, it's a great time. So the prefix there, Demonic, is going to be Chaos, and I thought Vitality, but it looks like it's just Chaos, and then the Slayer stuff is going to be Pierce and Bleeding, and it's a very schizophrenic item. But it's worth a little bit of extra bits when you sell it, so definitely worth collecting. Alright, here's my Travelers. So we're going to release these idiots, send them into the pot, and then we continue for the mine. Now the mine is fun. So the mine quest, I don't actually have the quest for it at the moment, but the basic idea is they send you into the mine to clear it out of pit creepers, I think it is. It's a specific type of crab, one of the ones with yellow names, and you have to kill all of them. So if you miss a single one, you're going back, and it's really obnoxious when you miss one. I've been on a pretty good streak of not missing them for a little while now. I'm probably due a screw-up, so we'll see. Anyway, here's the mine. We'll go in, and the other way you can do this as well, if you prefer, is you can run around here, do the other quests, so get the eastern and southern wards, find the other travelers, then come back here, do what you think is the complete quest, and then go try turn it in. And if it works, great, and if it doesn't work, well, you've got a portal right outside the mine, or right inside the mine. And actually, that's probably the better way to do this, but whatever, I'm in here now. I will just say, walk everywhere. If the map looks like it's a little bit not uncovered, just go walk there, and make sure you've uncovered all of the map. Because I guarantee you, if you don't walk on every little section of the floor, there'll be a pile of crabs just hiding underground, laughing at you as you walk out thinking you're finished, and you're not. Alright, so I'm going to go check down here. Here's a few crabs. I don't think these are the ones that I actually need for the quest, but like I said, I want to kill everything in here, just to kind of try and make sure. Make sure you go into these little side areas. This one, I don't think this one usually has anything in it, but I'm paranoid enough that I'm just going to check it anyway. Is that something? Oh, it's a corpse. I saw something move, or at least I thought I did. There is also a treasure trove and a totem sometimes in here. The treasure trove is always in here, but the totem is only sometimes in here. However, I'm going to try and get all of them. Everyone's busy being scared of the big bad Spellbinder, which is always fun. 1 point in Ill Omen, absolutely worth.
Do that yet.
Go on. There you go. So I'm checking here for the treasure trove. It's not there, so we're going to go this way instead. And this little area here, this is one that used to get me a lot, because there is crabs underground here. But if you don't walk over here, they'll stay underground. And there's almost always a pit creeper in that group. So that one right there. Make sure you get that one. Alright, still checking for the treasure trove. Here it is. Aether Fire Imperial Hat and Slaughter. Yeah. I'm good, thanks though. Let's go and kill these guys. These are not crabs, but hey, they're made out of XP. It still counts, right? So all the scrap piles in here can drop dynamite. It's definitely worth hitting all of them. And there is, of course, this lovely little secret hidden spoils here. Scythe of Tenebris, no, but hey, free item. Just have to go in there and click on it. Oh, scrap is okay as well. The Coven does have a craftable +1 Arcanist belt, and it is slightly better than the one I'm using. And it costs 10 scrap and an anti-venom salve, I think, to craft one. So getting more scrap is never a bad thing. There's something that's just so much fun about the Ill Omen and Haunt spreading like a plague, literally. Definitely enjoying that. Alright, so we come over here, there's some more loot hidden in the walls here. Mostly I'm walking over here to make sure that all of the crabs are out of the ground though. So just make sure you walk everywhere. There's always that one sneaky crab hiding under the ground. I think it's here is the other place where you can get the treasure trove and maybe the totem as well, just along this wall. Or maybe it's here. It's been a while. Ghost crabs, don't really care about ghost crabs, however, there's a lot of regular crabs over here. And you can see that Ill Omen and the Haunt just spreading like wildfire. I know I've said it a few times now, but I really enjoy the combo. Kinda wish I was a Kabbalist. I know I said that a few times as well, but here we are. I'm not a Kabbalist, so we'll just use what we have. Okay, coming up onto this last little platform, this is where the boss is. Nax and Shade, I think, is resistant to cold and Aether, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Which I could be. I haven't checked for quite a while, but it counts as a corrupted boss, and so it's going to put Aether Goop on the floor, or Cold Goop. I think it's Aether Goop. Yeah, it's Aether Goop. So just make sure we don't stand in that. And it should die pretty easily. There we go. Dreadlords of Protection is actually pretty good. There's no way I'm wearing that belt, but it's not bad. Alright, I am pretty sure that everything is dead. So I've been into every one of these little side areas. I've got everything, I'm pretty sure. But I'm going to just double check on the way out. So go stand in all of these little side areas. Poke your head into all of the walls. These guys here, you can see they were crawling out of the ground. It's because I didn't stand over here while I walked past. So just kind of check, basically. If you went under this rock on the way in, go over on the way out. Probably I'm done. Probably. Like I said, though, I've been pretty good about this for a little while now, so I'm probably due a screw-up or a little happy little accident, shall we call it. But I'm just going to check. I know I've been down here, but I'm going to do it again because I'm paranoid. Just because I'm paranoid doesn't mean that the crabs aren't out to get me. Quest I've already got. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're done here. So let's get out of here. The fact that that hasn't been opened is a little bit worrying, especially with this one here as well. I don't see any crabs though, so it's probably fine. Probably. Alright, let's head on out. So that should be 2 of the 3 quests completed now. I think the only one we have left now is the other wards and the there's one more set of travelers to go collect. Alright, let's just let that spread amongst those. And here's our next ward. So this is number 2 of 3. It's always funny watching different people do this section, especially this section I've noticed. Everyone has their own sort of way that they prefer to do this section. I'd like to say that my way is the best, but honestly, I don't know. This works for me. I'm sure the other ways work for other people. It's just whatever you prefer, I think. Alright, last ward's down here, and then we have one more group of travelers to go and rescue. There we go, ward complete. Now, with the travelers, it's almost always going to be, well, it will always be the last place you look, because you'll stop looking after you find them. But if you go to the right-hand side, they'll be on the left. If you go to the left-hand side, they'll be on the right. It's just kind of how it works. I'm not sure it's programmed to do that, but it certainly feels like it sometimes. Alright, let's get rid of these guys. They're kind of in the way, and also made out of XP, so... You kind of brought this on yourself. I am still looking for stumps. I'm pretty sure they're not here. See what I mean? I went right, so the travelers are going to be on the left. But it is what it is. It's more XP, that's what it is. That's how you gotta look at these things. It isn't the game trying to screw you over, alright? It's just providing an opportunity to get more experience. Yep, pass the copium. There we go, okay. And let's just shove them in the rift. There we go. Alright, we are done here, so let's head on back to Barrowholm. And we can eat our conversation pie, do all of these turn-ins, get the, what is it, the fetish? Yeah, we'll get the fetish. And we'll go give that back to the witches. We'll also have the quest for Scorv to go and kill Laria, is it? I think it's Laria. So we'll go do that. What is it? I've already dealt with your pests. Vicus wins again. You can't keep getting away with it. I'm sure I'll screw that up at some point. It'll probably be when I'm recording as well, because obviously. Alright, so, anything else I can do? What's the problem? I will deal with Laria. So we can grab the fetish now. And hopefully I remember. But when we come back, Scorv is not going to be there. So I have to remember to go to the other place where he lives. And I think he will probably be out of quests for me at this point as well. But we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. So, Laria. Doesn't really matter if you kill her or not. I'm going to kill her. I've started killing her always now, just because Barrowholm reputation is harder to get than Coven. So, let's just kill her. Up to you if you want to kill her. Obviously, I'm killing her, but it doesn't really matter. She seems to be heavily resistant to Aether damage. And it kind of seems like it doesn't matter. So the Chill Strife here, this is the cold one I was talking about. Yeah, we're not going to use that. Okay, back to Barrowholm. We'll talk to Scorv, and he's basically going to be a bit of a dick about telling me that he doesn't trust me enough to give me the next quest. So, that's fine. At least I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. Let's just have a look here. Barrowholm. Yeah, we're nowhere near respected, so he's almost certainly going to say, hey, thanks for killing the witch, and bugger off. Which I will, of course, do. So, Scorv. Yes, is there anything else? Yeah, no. Not enough reputation. That's fine. We got the Vortex Stone from killing Laria, and that kind of is it. Okay, let's go back to the Coven. We've got some more quests to do, some more quests to turn in. The first one, obviously, being the fetish. What do we do next? And yes. Okay. What do you have in mind? Blah, blah, blah. Will these suffice? Go on. Already killed her. Where is that? Wait. I thought I had another quest there. Okay, this is going to be talk to what's-her-face, Melostria. That's a lot of armor. No, I have shoulders. I have shoulders already. Don't need that. Look, I've got so many shoulders. Yeah, I have so many shoulders. Alright, check these pants. Resistant of nature's bounty. Actually, pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna wear those. I'm gonna wear these as well. No. No, 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 no. None of this, none of this. What about that ring? Wraithbound of Alacrity? No. We don't want any of that. Chains of Anguish? No.
Put it to good use.
Okay, next step. Get my Silk Swatches back, because I'm pretty sure my piercing res is just tanked. Yeah, piercing and bleeding. Alright, that's fine, that's fine. So we've got a little bit more elemental conversion, we've got a little bit more Aether damage. We lost some offensive ability, we lost a tiny bit of armor, but we gained pierce res, so honestly... sorry, no, we lost pierce res there. Kind of halfway expecting to be 1% under now that I look at it. Yep, 1% under. Not the end of the world. It'll be fine. The other thing I could be looking at is probably one of these will end up being used at level 50. Plus 3 to Aether Ray is a decent chunk of change. Decent little damage boost. Just going to bank all of my components and such. I haven't done this for a little while, so we've got a decent amount of stuff. There we go. Alright. We don't need to run back. We can just rift to Coven. And we'll go talk to, what's her name? Matron Malostria? Is it Malostria? Guardian Cinder and... Actually doesn't say. It is Malostria. Okay. Okay. And I think we're at the limit of what we can do with our reputation here as well. Giant's Blood rank 9. Pretty happy about that. What else have we got? This, I actually didn't remember that I had that when I was talking earlier about swapping over to Panetti's and not having lifesteal. I'd forgotten that I already had that, so we might be in a better position than I thought.
You have proven resourceful.
Okay, yes, we do not have enough reputation there. So, next step for us is to head through to Lone Watch. How are we doing for time? Yeah, we got time. We've got time. So the only thing I'm really... I don't know what I'd say worried about, but let's say worried about. The only thing I'm worried about heading through to Melmoth is... I want to say Bangaga, but that's not it. Eketzel. Eketzel is the scariest thing between here and probably Korvac, honestly. You can't go around him, you have to beat him. And he does a lot of damage. So that's why I'm kind of... I wouldn't say scared necessarily, but a little bit apprehensive is probably the way to put it. I have a healthy respect for him. There we go. So make sure before you come through here, fire resist, vitality resist, chaos resist, make sure they're all maxed out. And you should have an okay time with him. I say I'm worried about him. I say, like, you know, he's killed characters of mine in the past. But I'm kind of prepared to the point now where I'm not really expecting him to be any big issue. But this is one of those things you learn from playing hardcore, right? You lose a character to someone, you go, oh shit, how did that happen? And then you look up what they do, you go, oh okay, he does vitality, chaos, a little bit of poison, you know, whatever damage types. And then you remember, because last time you were here, he killed you. And so hardcore, or at least learning the game on hardcore, is this constant progress over the bodies of your dead characters, learning a little bit as you go. I always come here to this skull, because sometimes there's an exalted stash underneath it. But it's not there this time, and I think I just don't care. Let's kill a few of these. These are all made out of experience. Some of them are made out of loot, which I like. Don't forget to kill the big spider things. These things here are healers, so you want to kill them before you worry about anything with a star. And I think we're pretty much done here. I will check the top left Yeah, this guy here. This particular crowd looks a little scary, but I think we can whittle it down. Kelfat Edoth. You didn't do a very good job of healing your friends there, mate. Worst healer ever. Alright, yeah, nothing here. We don't get the Storm Heart just yet. We're not on Ultimate. But that's alright. We'll just go through. This is where I'm kind of going to. And we can get a little bit of XP. The Bloodletters are a little bit scary in terms of the damage they can do as well. Some of these Tyrants, he's hitting me pretty hard. Though apparently he didn't even have the axe, so that's mildly terrifying. Okay, Void's Edge. This is Eketzul's house. Not, like I said, it's one of those things where once you know what he does, you kind of over-prepare for him, and he's not an issue. But until you know what he does, you'll come in here, you'll have low fire resistance because you're thinking like, oh, this is a chaos area. I need chaos resistance and vitality resistance. And you're correct, but then all of a sudden there's this big fire boss out of nowhere. It's kind of the same with Gargle Balls in the Ancient Grove as well. Although his volcanoes do percentage life damage. So his volcanoes are absolutely terrifying for every character. There is a little bit of hidden loot here as well. If you are so inclined to come in and grab it. Again, you're never going to get something good out of those. Well, not never, but very rare. That's alright. This stuff here, you don't have to fight this. We're coming up on a boss door, and the thing with boss doors is they close behind you. And so we can just pop this door open, run on in, and it'll lock everything out. Okay, so, two things about this fight that you really have to worry about. Everything else you can ignore. The first thing is your resistances, so fire, vitality, chaos. The second thing is his volcano. He will make like a lean forward, flap his wings kind of motion. That is his Sunder, you want to avoid that, and then he'll cast volcanoes underneath you. They don't do a whole lot of damage, they don't do the percentage damage that Gargle Balls ones do. But just, I mean, don't stand in them. And that's pretty much it. So we'll come over here, he'll flap his way down here. Come on. There we go. And then we pretty much just kill him. Now I'm waiting for him to do that, lean forward, flap his wings, and then I just dodge it. There's the volcano. Now you can see I took basically no damage there. I've just wasted my evade, so now I'm getting sundered, probably. Nope, didn't sunder me. Weird. I've had that a couple times with him, actually. I don't know that his sunder works. But, anyway, that's kind of how you kill him. Don't stand in the volcano. Dodge his sunder, if it even works. I'm not sure. And he's a bit of a pushover. Once you know to come in here with fire resistance, you'll be fine. Alright, this stuff here, you don't have to fight any of this. There's a decent stretch of this little section here where you can just run. There's nothing new here until we get past Ulgrim. And everything chasing you will just stop chasing you before you get to Ulgrim.
Is that you, Mother?
Alright.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I won't make it to dinner. I'm just so tired, too.
So, what did Ulgrim do? Well, he killed the Logorian in the Logorian's house. That's why he's kind of a bit out of it. But, yeah, this is the Logorian's body. And Ulgrim killed it, so this guy's a little bit of a badass.
Is that you, Mother?
Anyway, no, it's not your mother. Go ahead and snap out of it. I'm not the Emperor. I'm your friend, I'm here to help. Now, there is an option in here that will let you attack him. Up to you if you want to give it a shot. He is... I mean, look what he did to the Logorian, right? You killed the Logorian as well, but so did he. So, he is decently tough. If you're playing on hardcore, I would not recommend it. If you're playing on softcore, give it a shot. Worst thing that'll happen is you'll die and have to walk back. It's a fun little fight. Except if you're playing on hardcore, then it's, you know, mildly terrifying. Alright, everybody here is made out of XP, but I have to admit I am kind of itching to get out of this place. So I'm probably going to skip a lot of this stuff. Probably kill some of it though. I'm probably going to skip a lot of this stuff, I say, as I murder absolutely everything I run into. Alright, now we're going to skip a lot of this. There's the exit, so let's just get out of here. There is some hidden loot over here-ish. Where is it? Yeah, in the mouth of this thing. So you can go into that big skull. The Bane of Nuram Sin. Okay, an amulet. I don't think I'm going to use that. What does it do? Yeah, I am definitely not going to use that. Okay, we have made it through the void. We have to keep moving, and I'm on it. Unfortunately, I have run out of time for today, so a little bit of a shorter episode, but I would like to thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and goodbye for now.